guys, Logan here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys another 2019 movie review. I already did The Upside and Glass, two 2019 movie reviews, but this time I'm going to be reviewing Replicas, a sci-fi film starring Keanu Reeves, and this film is about Keanu Reeves playing a man who works for this company, and he tries to put a human consciousness inside a robotic mind, and that experiment didn't go so well, so he decides to take his family on a trip, and at one night, when they were driving on the road, they got caught in a car accident, and his family died, but he was the sole survivor. So because his family died, he wanted to bring their consciousness into, these clones that he makes within those, within the experiment that he was trying to exceed on, but didn't do so well the first time. This film is terrible. There is nothing about Replicas that is that redeemable. Not even Keanu Reeves in this film, who I really loved as an actor. One of the most likable guys that you would come across. I mean, I've seen him in several interviews that he was in for certain movies, and he seemed like a pretty nice guy, a really cool dude that you like to meet and want to have a long conversation with. But in this film, he seems very wooden, and I didn't necessarily blame him for that, because he seemed at certain points of the movie where he doesn't want to do this role, but he had to, probably because he has to sign a paycheck before he signs on to play the role of John Wick in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, which comes out later this year, and I'm so excited for that. But again, I don't really blame Keanu Reeves for having a wooden performance, because again, he felt like he doesn't want to be in this film at all. Alice Eve, who plays Keanu Reeves' wife in this film, was really terrible. Her performance was so bad, and the role that she was given to play for was just not very good. In fact, it's actually borderline awful. Some of the line deliveries that she delivered, particularly in one scene where they were like I mentioned, driving on a road at night, and before they get on a collision course with a giant truck, she looks around at the front window of their vehicle, and she said along the lines of, "I can't see anything. Can you see anything?" And then when they avoid being on a collision course with a giant truck, she then looks back at her children in the back seat and says, "Oh man, that was close." And this movie makes no sense whatsoever. There were certain points, there were certain things that happened in this movie that didn't really add up to the story for this film, and there were certain choices that certain characters made that really made you go like, "Are you kidding me?" Just certain character choices that just blew my mind. I mean, just the major complaint that I have with Replicas is the screenplay. This is one of the weakest written screenplays that I have seen put in a film, period. This is one of the weakest I have seen, and possibly the weakest this year. I mean, we're only into February, or halfway through February, but still, I mean, this film's script was so poorly written in ways that were just laughable, and just makes you question what the writers were thinking when they were writing the screenplay for this film. Oh, and don't even get me started with the horrible CGI robot in this film. Near the end of the film, I'm going to be getting into some minor spoilers. If you hadn't seen the film, I would probably advise skipping to this part right here that I'm going to put up. But near the end of the film, Keanu Reeves was trying to put his consciousness into a robot's mind and make him sound like him, Keanu Reeves, and try to make him a copy of himself. And the way that robot moves and how he attacks certain characters, I mean, it looked like a bad PS2 version of what a robot moves like, or what certain movements that a robot makes in some video games that are PS2 or PS1 for that matter. That's how bad the CGI looks in this film. Like, oh my god. So yeah, guys, this is a really terrible film with bad acting, bad CGI, bad dialogue, and wooden performances, one by Keanu Reeves, and a script that is just one of the weakest I have seen presented in a film. I mean, that's just... Replicas is not that good. It's the exact opposite of good. Polar opposite of good. And I do not recommend you go check it out at all. I'm going to give Replicas no Medal of Honor. Again, this is the worst film I have seen so far this year, period. We still have a lot more to go, but as of right now, this is the worst film I've seen this year so far. And I don't see how I could not put this film in my top 10 worst movies of 2019 list video at the end of this year. This film will be in my top 10 worst list video after the end of this year. So, yeah, that's how bad Replicas is. Another reason for why this film is so bad. Anyway, guys, that is my review / rant for Replicas, starring Keanu Reeves and Alice Eve. If you guys enjoyed my review / rant, please click the like button, and if you have already watched Replicas, comment down below to let me know what you think of it. If you enjoyed what you see here and you want to see future videos from me, please press up there to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad, and as always, fight a good fight.